My own Me Too movement.
Yeah.
All right, here goes. Times now. This is it.
Okay.
Like,
all right.
Legitimately, like now. This is it. All right, here we go. I'll start it off in 3, 2, 1.
I just bought a squatty potty that comes with like a foot massager at the toe part, and then I returned it and got just a regular squatty potty. It felt a bit much, and like I don't deserve it.
Last night, I was approached by a flying saucer out in the desert. Anyway...
The morning stream. My bumhole hurts.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to TMS. Scott and Brian here for Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday, June 4th, 2019. Brian, what's going on over there in your fancy shirt? It's all colorful and exciting.
This is my Deadpool Hawaiian shirt.
Oh, that's right. Isn't that great? I love it.
That I can finally wear. That used to be a little bit too tight.
Yeah, that is the best thing about losing weight. You can go through your closet and go, hey, I remember this shirt. This probably fits now. These pants are better.
It is nice. I still have a couple more that I can't wear that say XL,
yeah,
but are really weirdly cut XL shirts that maybe I don't know. Maybe it's a manufacturing defect.
Don't you hate that? Oh, I
the
hate
shirt's
that.
manufacturing or my own manufacturing.
Yeah. I hate that though. I hate when you're a size and you go get the size that you're supposed to be and then that freaking thing doesn't fit right. F that.
Exactly. And it's funny because we're guys complaining about this.
Yeah.
For women, apparently it's like 20 times worse.
Oh, is it worse for the ladies? I don't even know.
Yeah.
I guess I should be more sensitive to that.
That's why you and I can usually walk into a store like a Kohl's or a TJ Maxx or something, say, all right, yep, that's the right size. Go to the register, pay, leave, you're fine.
Yep.
That's why they have to go and do the changing rooms and can you hold my purse while I go change and to try this on?
Yep, totally. I wore I
can
double X mainly for the height or for the length because the sleeves are either too short or the main shirt part is too short if I go XL. But once in a while I'll get an XL and I'll think, oh, you shouldn't have given me this mainly because it doesn't fit me, but thanks anyway. And then I'll keep the shirt and then I'll finally put it on and go, oh, wow, wait, what this XL suddenly fits better than most of my double X's. I don't get it. It's like they didn't get the memo in the factory or something. I don't know how that stuff works, but
it's weird. It's weird is what it is.
It is weird. Today's also a little bit weird. We're having a strange relationship with Twitch today. Twitch is having intake issues. I can't find much detail online as to what the plan is, but it doesn't appear to be us because Brian and I are full speed ahead here. So I don't know.
Yeah,
man.
full green bars in Discord, which is always the factor that I look at.
Yeah, that's the one we need the most because, I mean, I don't want to. This is not to put the chat room in the corner, but
nobody puts the chat room in the corner.
Like by the end of the stream, there will have been about 600 people that came by to see the show. 300 or so stuck around the whole time, but we have some visitors, and that's awesome. But like 30,000+ of you will listen to this at home, and you won't have to worry about any of that.
Right. Won't matter at all.
No.
Wow. So like over the course of the show, we get like 600 visitors, or like 300 additional visitors, aside from the 300 or so that stay in chat the whole time.
Yeah, you get
roughly.
chunks of people who'll come and then only be here for part of it and then leave. And I'm sure some of it's just curiosity visits. Like who knows?
That's
how they found
it. That's what I'm wondering about. Like the curiosity people. Like they're saying, oh, a morning stream. Well, okay, I'll look at this. Oh my God, there's way too much mention of bodily fluids and poop and.
Well, here's to be the question for them.
Who would have thought this was on Twitch?
Exactly. What a shocker. But you know what I think it is? I think there's got to be somebody out there who can send us an email and say, oh, yeah, by the way, I'm one of those. I found the show because I was just meandering around Twitch one day and I found you guys. I'd be curious to hear about that. So if you're someone like that, the way Brian described it, get in here and let me know how you found us because I'd be very curious about that. But anyway, the show must go on is the point. That's the point.
Darn right. No matter what happens in our lives, Scott, no matter what problems may creep up and happen in our studios, Like,
Can we
like
jump
I
right
woke
to
up
that?
to-
Let's jump right to that. Brian
Let's
apparently
jump right
had
to
a
that,
little bit of
yes.
flooding, and this bums me out to even hear this. I hope it wasn't bad.
It's not bad. It's flooding, and really, boy, I mean, flooding is the appropriate term, but it feels like it's almost too. It invokes thoughts of something way worse. But came down and this morning set my cup of coffee down there, checked on a 3D print that I was printing, and went over, came back in, and as I sat down in the chair, I noticed that on my floor mat was a little pool of water.
Mhm.
And I'm like, why is there a little pool of water in the floor mat? And then I noticed that underneath the floor mat, for part the whole right side of it is a darker color, meaning moisture, wetness,
Yeah, moisture. Love it.
water, moisture.
Mhm.
And that the water that was coming through my floor mat must mean that there's a little crack, that when the chair leg, one of the chair legs sits right on that crack, it pushes it down enough to where water seeps up through the crack. And so basically I kind of pull the mat up, I kind of walk around a little bit, squish here, squish there, and realize that okay, there's a little bit of water here in the basement. And it's not so much that like there's any standing water. We have carpet here, and the carpet's just moist in places.
Sure.
And I figured out, I don't know if you may even be able to see that the hole is open, the ceiling tile is off, but there's a little bit of a valve up there. We just turned our sprinklers on a couple days ago, and that's when you've got to also turn this little valve. And Tina thought she had the valve turned all the way. Apparently it wasn't. So it's just had a little trickle of water going for the last day and a half. For the last,
See,
I don't know,
those are the ones that scare me because
36 hours.
Because you worry about accumulation, right? You worry about it building
Yeah.
up someplace and then coming out at the wrong time, which is kind of, I guess, what's happening a little bit there.
exactly what's happening. So
Yeah.
again, it's not bad. I've got I've got a fan pointed down on here. I had towels down here, and got as much water as I could by standing on, walking around on the towels and getting those nice and soaked. So we'll see how it goes.
Did any of your stuff get wet? Any of your-
No.
Okay.
Nothing of importance.
Wow.
I haven't checked.
You should look under your feet there.
Right now, there's nothing under my feet but carpet. But
Do you have any
yeah.
power supplies down there or
the
anything?
bottom of my computer bag is a little wet.
Oh, a little moist. Oh boy,
Yeah, and that's got stuff like
that's no good.
chargers and batteries and things like
Yeah,
that.
none of this is fun. Yeah, 2 houses ago. Imagine this, because 2 houses ago, I didn't know this, but the roof had a slow leak. And one day, I walked into my living room, and there was a giant bubble on the ceiling,
Oh no.
like a big, in the paint, in the stucco, whatever that stuff's called, that you put on ceilings. Just a big, bulbous, rumpus-looking freaking thing there. And we poked it with a stick, and water came out. And it poured out until it was done. And then it was very expensive to fix, and everybody hated it for the rest of forever, and it was terrible. And I had to go to China that week, and I had to leave Kim here, and she had to deal with it all because I had to go out of town, and it sucked, and it was awful. So I have a special kind of PTSD for flooding, and I'm glad that yours is just a moist thing and not some sort of rushing water thing.
It is, although, so the computer bag that sits on the floor, I just got everything out of there, and the thing in the very bottom is this great Anker battery.
Oh, it's wet.
And you can see it's wet.
Oh, no.
Now, that's the the end that's got all the USB ports, that whole end is dry.
Yeah.
It's just like the bottom 2/3 of it, but, which I imagine should be okay.
It should be okay. I'd let it sit for a while. Let it dry. You should be fine.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Unless I guess it could get in there and corrode the battery, but I doubt it. Usually that kind of that would be like going to Florida for a day. You're fine.
Yeah. Right.
People go to Florida, their Anker battery packs all the time. So
But yeah, I mean, even uninterruptible power supplies, those are over there, and the water doesn't seem to have gone that far, and I think we should be okay. So we'll see how it goes.
if my water thing, because right here in the studio, right next to this wall over here, is our water heater. So if
Yeah.
that thing ever
Oh.
takes a dump, I'm screwed because it'll all come right through here. Well, it's all hardwood, or not hardwood, but hard floor. So it's not like carpet or anything, but
Mhm.
it would still get into the walls and all these boxes of prizes I have to give away down here would just get soaked.
You know what I feel like I should do is like, all those things that we get from Amazon, all the little electronics and things that we get all come with that little bag of silica gel.
Mm-hmm.
I should save all those, put them in a little bin, and then when something like this happens, you just dump all the silica gel all over the floor and let it. It's supposed to.
Oh, because they absorb the moisture. That's the whole point of them.
Right, and then just vacuum it all up afterwards. Or
I always
something.
forget what
I don't
those
know.
are
I
even
don't know if that
for.
works.
I don't know if that. I always thought they were just there for freshness or some other thing.
gotta keep your USB cables fresh, Scott.
Well, they come. I get a bag of silica gel in my favorite beef jerky. It comes in the little beef jerky bags, and that
Usually
always
it's
seemed
a much
weird.
thinner one though.
Yeah, it's like a little teeny packet this big. But if you saved enough of them and you had a big enough bin full of those things, you'd be ready.
Yeah, you wouldn't even have to take them out of the package. Just throw all the packages of the silica gel all over the place, and that would absorb a lot of the that moisture.
I wonder if you're a really sweaty guy at the gym, do you put silica gel in your pants?
Make an outfit out of silica gel.
Yeah. Or just cram a handful down your shorts. Like, would that do anything? Probably not.
I imagine you could probably like sew it into your armpits or something, like into the armpits of your shirt, not into your actual flesh armpits.
Permanent.
Scott, what are you drinking? Are you drinking a soda first thing in the morning?
No, this
is that a Dr. Pepper?
No, it is it's a half and half. Well, it's an Arnold Palmer, but this Lipton brand calls it an iced tea and lemonade.
Yeah.
It's very good. I love these. Arnold Palmer, no matter where I go, no matter what I do, if there's one on hand, I will get one. I love them.
It's just the only problem with the Arnold Palmer is saying Arnold Palmer.
It is Arnold Palmer.
Inevitably, the waitress comes over. What would you like to drink? Or I'm sorry, the server comes over. What would you like to drink? Arnold Palmer. Palmer.
It is. It's phonetically busted. It sucks. It's not good.
It is.
Like even his name. It is his name. It sucks. It's a bad name. So what they ought to do.
Even his name is hard to pronounce.
Yeah. I realized halfway through that where my brain was going, but like my daughter says, well, you should just change it to Ernie Parmy. Or Arnie Palmer. And that's easy. But then people think you're weird. But yeah, say Ernie Parmy. Ernie Parmy. That's easy. What do you want to drink? Ernie Parmy, please. But Arnold Palmer.
Just an Arnie, right?
Yeah.
Can we just say Arnie? Like,
or a
I'll
Palmer.
take an Arnie.
Or a Palmer. That's fine.
Oh, a Palmer. Yeah.
Just give me a Palmer. And that sounds like a hand job, so they won't give you one.
It does. Yeah, exactly. I think you'd request that from a zoot suit prostitute on Fremont Street.
You're never going to forget that lady. She's part of you now.
Nope. She is.
She is. She's part of you. She's going to be there always. She's going to be, what's a movie or a TV show where someone talks to the character all the time but isn't really there, like
6 Feet Under or
yeah, you got
or,
this
or
lady.
do you mean more like Vera and Maris?
Maybe
you mean that?
Maybe, but just kind of a little voice that's always behind you, so no matter what you do, you'll be at the store and you'll go, yeah, I guess we'll get some, this apple looks fine, and the character will go, you think that apple looks fine, do you? Well, let me tell you that, and it'll be this hooker lady behind you the whole time. I like it.
She's fine. Oh, she's like the lady from The Leftovers.
Yeah.
Who went on to be Handmaid's Tale. What's Sister something, whatever her name is.
Right. I forget the name. By the way, that starts up like tonight. Wait.
Yes, Handmaid's Tale does. Yeah.
Is it today? I'm so excited.
No, tomorrow, June 5th, or is it 4th?
I thought it was the 4th.
Ann Dowd is the actress. Yeah.
I love.
Yeah, all this stuff is coming back.
Love that show. I cannot wait to get into that again. It was. Oh, and Chernobyl ended last night. Oh my gosh, Chernobyl was so good. You can binge it now, Brian. You can go just binge Chernobyl. Yeah,
that's the whole plan. I'm watching the Deadwood movie right now. I'm binging the Deadwood movie because it takes me 3 nights to watch something like that because I watch it before I fall asleep.
I haven't even started it yet. I need to do that too. Actually, between now and tonight, I have to watch 12 Angry Men for Current Geek, so I can't even fit Deadwood in there. But yeah, Deadwood. I mean, how is it so far? It's good. I keep hearing it's
really
great.
good.
Yeah.
It's really good, and it does give you a little bit of backstory. So if you haven't seen Deadwood, you can kind of come into this thing and know what's going on. But I think you're right. You do much better to watch the whole series of Deadwood. I mean, it's only 2 seasons.
Yeah, it's like 10,
It's
12
only a couple-
episodes per thing or whatever. Yeah.
Exactly. So it's absolutely easy to do and much better for you to watch the full season of Deadwood. But everybody's back that's alive anyway, right? I mean, Molly Parker and Timothy Elephant, and
Arnie Palmer, he's in there.
Arnie Palmer.
Yeah.
J.F. Sebastian is in there. Ian McShane.
Yeah. Gotta be, right? Like, he's the man.
Yeah. You got it. There's no Deadwood without Ian McShane. It's just a bummer without Powers Booth.
I agree. And Ricky Jay not being there, sad, although he didn't really have a big role. It was a small role.
No, but
still.
he was great.
Yeah.
Jeffrey Jones?
Jeffrey Jones. Oh, he's not dead, though. Was he in it?
He is in that, but barely recognizable.
Oh, really? Is he?
Yeah, it took me a second to say, holy cow, that's Jeffrey Jones. Wow.
Okay. Well, he's getting on in years. He's probably
he is.
He has to work a lot harder to get his child porn. It's not as easy as it used to be. I don't know. Yeah. Did that ever turn? Did he get? I don't want to say that if he got exonerated. I have no idea. I don't know if he got.
That's a good question. I don't know. Yeah.
Because didn't he? Wasn't that? I don't know how that all went. Whatever. Doesn't matter. I'm so excited. I want to see this. I'm stoked. And just for the record, Chernobyl was amazing and worth every minute, and one of the best probably the best miniseries I've ever seen. I think.
Chernobyl is cool.
Yeah, it's incredible. It's just amazing. Whenever they get around to doing awards for in all the categories for miniseries and stuff, limited series, this should win all of them. And if it doesn't, it's a criminal act. Like, it's so good.
Very cool. Yeah, Anna Gunn. Not as recognizable in Deadwood. I mean, I knew who she was, especially from, what she was doing, but you see her and it's like, oh, that's Skylar Skylar White. Wow.
Oh yeah, she was in the original, but you're saying she looks different here?
She looks different here, yeah.
Huh.
I mean, it's been a few years since we've seen her on Breaking Bad, so
yeah. Plus,
people
that show,
people evolve, people grow, people change their look.
That show will take it out of you too. Being on Breaking Bad, I mean.
Well, yeah, both Breaking Bad and Deadwood probably take it out of you.
Yeah, both of those seem like hard calls, but anyway, I'm very excited to watch that. So I'm glad to hear you're enjoying it thus far.
So we'll do a little swappy swap. I'll watch as soon as I finish Deadwood. I'll start watching Chernobyl, and you can start watching Deadwood.
Awesome. It's only 5 episodes too, so it's short.
Good.
And it's just amazing. And the podcast that goes with it, that they do with who's doing the hosting, Robert Siegel. Robert Siegel? Who's the dude that does Wait, Don't Tell Me?
Peter Sagal.
Peter Sagal, sorry. Robert Siegel is somebody else. Peter Sagal hosts
Flock of Seagulls.
Flock of Seagulls hosts it, and then they have the creator showrunner guy on, and it's there's tons of background stuff to the Chernobyl stuff that is really fascinating. So I would highly recommend. You could even do it after the show's over if you want. You could just binge the podcast, but the podcast is really good as well. So
I might do that. Yeah. Is there a way on that show to get Carl Castle on your answering machine?
No, I don't believe so. Darn. No. Tootie Patootie or whatever her name. What's her name? I can't think of her name. I can't think of her name.
Tootie Patootie.
She's a comedian actress lady from forever ago. Oh, I can't think of her name. She was the kid's mom on the Home Movies animated show. I can't think of her name. Someone in the chat's going to know. But
Tootie Patootie, I think, is now a lock for today's show title.
It's definitely not Tootie Patootie. All right, anyway. I have a quick thought here. We don't normally do tech. Paula Poundstone. That's it.
Tootie Patootie, sure.
Gosh dang it, I couldn't remember it. She's great on Home Movies for at least one season. Anyway, what was I going to say? Normally we save tech discussion for Tom on Wednesdays, but I wanted to just chime in real quick about, and I say this out loud to fellow artists and creators and people who rely on good hardware and good tools to get their work done. Apple got up on stage yesterday and has long been rumored to be announcing and releasing a brand new Mac Pro.
Was it Tim Apple? Was it Tim Apple that got up on stage?
Yep, Tim Apple up there with his products. He did that. And they haven't done a new refresh really since 2013. It's been a long time. And for people who want the kind of power and flexibility you get with a higher end on the Mac side, then you've been sort of actively waiting for this. I'm here to tell you that Apple made a swing back toward true professionals. When they say pro now, we're not talking prosumer. That thing is for studios to buy like 5 of them and build and have it as a huge business write-off. Those are not for dude at home.
The
Makes,
podcaster?
no, or artist or anyone. Like, I don't care if you even if you're I mean, obviously it'd be awesome if you're a filmmaker, but if you're like a little independent filmmaker and it's just you and your buddy, you'll do fine with less. Go buy some Windows box, buy an iMac. Those are fine. Like, you're going to be fine for what you need to do. This is like elite level movie studio level stuff, and that's the reason it's so freaking expensive. So
I'm curious, did somebody say, on Twitter, Scott, you gonna get one of those new Mac Pros? You getting one of those?
Oh, I got that all day yesterday, and I kept saying no. do I look like I have $8,000 just sitting in it somewhere? Like, it's too expensive. But it's not for me, and I want that's the part I wanted to get out, is that machine is no longer for the mid-level. This is for pro users. And this is for companies. They're going to buy fleets of these at certain companies. You're going to have 50 of these on order for the front office of someone like Pixar. Like, this is not for guy at home making comics on his thing and doing podcasts. This is not who this is for. So it's actually kind of good, because I finally have this demarcation. It's like, oh, okay, you're back into that pro market in a hardcore way. And they really are. That thing is an insane piece of
so
machinery.
Powerful, and
it's insane.
Man, I'm jealous of how easy it is to take apart and replace and maintain and add to. Like, I want them to do this with as much as I love the iMac, this is kind of what I want them to do with future versions of their hardware. I mean, I guess the little air purifier circular Dyson looking,
that's the one I have.
Pro
that's the one I have back
That's what
here.
you have.
Yeah. And it's been great. I love that thing, but 2013's been a while, and it's still fine. I wouldn't need an upgrade anyway. But the point is, like, if you're looking for that if you're going high end, boy, have they got you covered now. What I hope happens, this is what I hope happens for the mid range, because this is what should have happened in the first place. For mid range people who are interested in that, I hope Apple comes somewhere close to slashing the price of the iMac Pro, which is also an incredible piece of hardware, but is way overpriced right now. So if they can get that thing a little bit more in line, great. The truth is, you can spec out a regular iMac with the right specs to actually outperform.
Come close to that.
Or at
really
least, or
outperform
I
that.
shouldn't say outperform. It gets real close, like right up next to what an iMac Pro would do. But you have to tweak it a bit, and you're getting close to the $2,500 to $3,000 range, so it starts to get pretty expensive. But for people in the mid-range, that might be the right investment. That might be the right business write-off. That might be the whatever. I can tell you right now, 6 to 8 to 10, and if you get that display with the $1,000 stand that doesn't come with it,
right? The cantilevered.
I mean, that thing is amazing. Don't get me wrong; it's incredible. It's the best display that has ever been made by anyone. There is no question about that. If those specs are all true, I mean, no one's actually seen one, I guess, unless you're at the event. But if those specs are true, it is truly a masterwork in technology when it comes to displays. But it is crazy. It's $6,000 on its own,
without the cantilevered stand.
Yeah, without its own stand. Yeah. What does that thing come in a box? And you just pull it out and go, well, guess I don't have a stand. Hope I can mount this on something.
Yeah, it's got a Visa mount, but
yeah, but then that just guarantees
knows how much that's extra.
Right, like the Visa mount is another $200 or something. It was like definitely more. But the point is, that is not. I just want people to know that's not for us. Okay. So what you shouldn't do is go off all day going, man, they're just pricing people out of the market. No. This was not for you anyway. This was never for you. And also, this is the developers conference. They're not even really talking to you. They are, but they're not. They're talking to devs. They're talking to high-end users. They're talking about, freaking Paramount Studios, who they're talking to with that particular device. So it's all good.
Now, Yeah, I'm more excited for obviously more excited for what the heck is happening with the music app, the TV, the podcasting app. Like, there's a bunch of stuff that they introduced, the iPad OS,
Yeah, that's pretty
which
cool.
is like great. We shouldn't be using exactly the same display and configurations for our phones and our tablets with Apple stuff.
It's
so
very
that's good.
smart,
And,
especially for the pro users of, well, the iPad Pro I already love, but I would love it
yeah.
to get, some of those desktop features and stuff are really, those are all huge improvements. And Sidecar, totally stoked about Sidecar. Can't wait for that.
Oh yeah, yeah. Which is funny because I backed a Kickstarter last year for a hardware thing that does the same thing as Sidecar.
Yeah, and there's also
Basically,
there's a streaming software that does it too. It's a subscription though. It's like $7 a
Duet,
month.
yeah.
Is it Duet?
Oh yeah, what? No, not Duet. That's
I used to
yeah, it's
have
that
it.
expensive
Astropad Studio. It's called.
Astropad. Yes, which
Yeah.
is funny because I was really close to picking up Astropad. I had some Photoshop stuff that was like, oh, this would be so much easier if I could just use the Apple Pencil but still do the Astropad stuff on my desktop.
Yeah, and it works great.
Nope,
by
you
the
know
way.
what? I'm waiting for the built-in deal.
Yeah, basically this
Totally fine with
is like a World of Warcraft add-on that Blizzard went, oh, that's cool. Let's just build it into the game, and then the add-on maker was like, ah, shit. So Astropad is like probably pissed right now, but anyway,
Probably.
it's some of that stuff's pretty cool. But yeah, I just wanted to get that out there about the Pro because the Pro is literally for pros now. That is, and when I say pro, I mean like it is for your company of professional artists,
Right.
musicians, filmmakers, like the stuff they talked about, the kind of compression they're talking about in real time. Like, I don't need any of that. Not right now. I don't. Like
no.
10 years from now, maybe. But whew.
And I think
All right.
I feel like you're so lucky that you didn't see that the Memoji discussion by the influencers where they've added hats and AirPods to your Memojis, so now your Memoji can have AirPods as well. And
Who were
That
they?
was-
Do you know who they were? If you,
I don't know their names. I didn't recognize them, but they are YouTube fashionista influencer.
Sarah Al Madani was one of them.
Okay.
Let's see. I'm reading this here. If you get it, okay. She is the Gaza girl. She does.
Okay.
Let's see. Sophia the robot. I can't say. I don't know. None of them have influenced me. Let's put it that way. I don't know who they are.
Right.
And that's fine. I'm sure somebody was stoked. Like somebody saw
Sure.
this and just went, "Oh man, can you believe so and so's up there? That's amazing.
Yeah.
He's my YouTube
Yeah,
favorite."
but this is like a developer conference, right? So it should just be like, stuff that's going to pertain to the coders and the developers. And I'm sure they're not saying, well, I could write this great piece of software, but I can only do it if my Memoji can have a hat, if my Memoji can wear a beanie.
Right. No, you're right. They get some of that stuff wrong. Also, the Minecraft demonstration, while cool, the AR stuff is neat. It was horrendous. Like, do they not have friends that work at E3? Have they not seen how bad that can go? Because that can go really bad really quick because it's so contrived and so silly and cheeseball. And
Yeah.
they all do it. Sony's done it. Microsoft. They all have these moments on their stages, especially at E3 in the years past. We were just like, dude, really? You're going to have this conversation as if two buddies are on their headsets playing a game? Even though we all know you're just faking yourself through this? Like, learn from the gamers is what I'm saying there, Tim Apple. Learn from the gamers and don't have that ever again. That was terrible.
The woman up there was doing her best unintentional Kristen Shaw impersonation. It was great.
Oh,
It
great.
was,
I'm into it. I should check it out. Yeah,
like
I
you
missed
just
all
want
that.
Kristen Shaw up there instead of her going, chickens!
Does Alex says you can't just demonstrate VR by showing people playing with it. That's true. Actually, VR is a different egg. VR you need to put it on and notice for yourself. I think AR you can demonstrate. I don't have a problem with that because AR can be done in lots of ways. So that isn't my issue. My issue is, hey, what's this? Oh no, it's some TNT. Boom. Oh, I'm right on the edge.
Oh, no.
I've never had so much fun.
Skeletons.
Yeah.
Wah, wah.
Don't kill
Yeah.
the chickens. Freaking no, go ahead, kill the chickens. Kill us all while you're at it. Anyway, it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
Otherwise, pretty good show. It was lots of cool stuff, and I'm excited for developers for lots of reasons. I mean, the most cheering you got was during the stuff where they were just saying, they were doing all the UI hook stuff for Sparrow and everything, like
Right.
things that have nothing
Right.
to do with consumers. and they were stoked in there. It's like, what?
Yeah, there was like, and now you're actually going to be able to use webhooks to do such and such. And there was like applause for the audience, like, all right, that was a good thing, apparently. Cool,
Yeah,
okay.
Apparently
Nice.
the developers know what's up. I was more excited about Sidecar, but and them somehow software-wise getting the already incredibly low latency of 20 milliseconds on the Apple Pencil down to 5. Are you kidding me?
Oh,
I'm so excited about that. I mean, just
Right?
it's already good. It's already basically an unnoticeable amount of latency compared to the rest of the competition. Like my Wacom seems like an old lady crossing the street compared to it. But the fact that they're going to knock that down another 15 milliseconds,
even more. Yeah.
crazy.
Kidding.
I can't believe that. That's my most exciting thing about what I heard was that my pencil's going to get faster. Which sounds dirty, but anyway.
My faster pencil.
Let us now.
Yeah, so anyway.
Yeah. Let us now dive into the world of breaking news here on the show. And we can only do that if I push this button.
This is your radio newscaster with another exclusive sensational summary of world and local events.
It's the news, and it is brought to you by.
My daughter Gabby needs help covering the fee to attend a summer program at Rutgers dedicated to helping her prep for a career in engineering. Any donation would be helpful. Please go to GoFundMe.com/HelpGabbyScience. That's GABI Science. Help Gabby Science.
Nice. That is that's not a cheap school, Rutgers.
No. Good luck with that. I hope she gets in.
Good luck with your lifetime debt at Rutgers University.
Right. Hey, I finally crossed the 1,000 mark too on the bike MS donations.
Oh,
so
well done. Does that keep you?
big
Are you in the
thanks
lead
to-
now, or where are you now in that? thing?
I'm close. I think there's no way I'm ever going to catch the main guy who's the guy who actually he's the leader of the team. The team lead,
Yeah.
Steve Clayton. He's at 6,000 something.
Oh my goodness.
I'm in 4th place behind Mark Devereaux, who's got 1,200, and Mary Auersler, who has 2,200. I don't think I'm going to pass. I certainly am not going to pass Mary.
Still pretty respectable place though. That's good.
Oh, I am so not complaining. This is great. And it's, I don't see any of this money goes all to MS, which is exactly where it should go. And I'm very happy for everybody. Oh, Mark Lyman snuck in ahead of me. He's at 1020 and I'm at 1010. Oh, Mark
Okay,
Lyman.
well, we can beat that guy. We can get him.
Yes. Oh, and I do have the socks, so I need to wear those socks. I will wear them for Friday's PM show, because that way I'll take them on a bike ride on Friday.
So all proceeds to Microsoft Incorporated. Very excited about that.
Not that MS. Scott.
Oh, muscular
Different MS altogether.
or multiple sclerosis. Got it. Okay.
That's the one.
Well, good. I'm
Gee,
glad. I mean, I like Microsoft fine. It's just I don't think they deserve.
They
all
don't
the
need
money.
any more money.
No,
Yeah.
they're fine. They got plenty of money. Actually, it's so funny how Microsoft's in everyone's good graces right now. I love it. Because they're, they went years of being the corporate, dark corporate overlord, and now they're like super free and open. Hey, man, we're bringing Edge to some iOS, and we're doing all this Android stuff, and hey, we're just everywhere, man. We're everywhere.
Totally, yeah. No, I like him. I like him again.
Yeah, no, I do
Except for
too.
what they've done to Skype, or what they haven't done to Skype. I guess.
The Skype thing, notwithstanding, overall,
Right. Everything
MS
else
is killing it. Yeah.
Good on you. By the way, do me a favor before we get into the first news story. Turn your mic or your camera off and on again.
Oh, I
You've
can
been
do that.
for the last 8 minutes. You've been stuck in a pose where you're scratching the top of your head,
Oh, really?
and I thought it just itched really bad.
How about
There we
now?
go.
How's
Much
that?
better. Perfect. Perfect.
Okay. Must have itched really bad. My cameras have been misbehaving. I think Logitech needs to update their drivers. They've been weird. Anyway, no more tech. Now news. And it's not tech news. Our first story. The Blues? They're playing in a Stanley Cup deal. St. Louis Blues there.
Yeah, the St. Louis Blues, sure.
Tom Merritt's favorite hockey team at the moment. Because they're from his favorite city of St. Louis. Anyway, people are mad at them because they put a corporate ad in the anthem color guard. You get the color guard. The guys comes out, the military dudes with the flags.
Yeah.
Somebody put a rental car thing in there, Enterprise rent-a-car flag in the flag collection. I'm gonna read it the way this guy wrote it because he's just mad. This article.
Angry blogger.
Yeah, it's not like a news story where they just lay out the facts. This guy's pissed, but so take that in
On
mind.
the internet immediately to voice my dissatisfaction.
That's basically this guy. He says, we have a lot of content today, kids, beginning with a nauseating spectacle that took place in St. Louis prior to Game 3 of the Stanley Cup Finals on Saturday night. It says, as singer Charles Glenn, who's that?
No idea.
Okay, me
Don't
either.
know Charles Glenn.
That's 2 first names. That's a problem.
Yeah, first singer on the moon. I don't know. First singer in space.
First singer on the moon, Charles Glenn.
First singer on the moon, Charles Glenn.
You know, it was all faked. Oh, you know what I was worried about with that Ron Moore trailer they played? I was worried that whole thing was just going to be about faking the moon landing. This is the way everyone's faces were, and I was like, I don't want a show about that. I hate that. We don't need to give any fuel to those nutballs. And then it was like, oh, the Russians beat us. Oh, interesting. So now I'm all in.
No, I'm with you. That's
It's pretty good.
that would have been a dark turn.
Anyway, it says the color guard came out while they're performing the national anthem, standing in front of the guard, and included a Enterprise Rent-A-Car flag. It's hard to express how gross and tone deaf this is, says this writer. Gross. Frankly, I don't see why color guards should be part of sporting events to begin with, but that's a different story. But if we're going to have color guards, it would be nice if they could stick to, the colors. Speaking of which, the team flag next to Enterprise doesn't belong there either. This guy's mad.
Stick to the colors. Colors.
I mean, it annoys me, but not to the level this guy's annoyed. He's pissed.
He's hot. He's hot under the collar about his color.
Yep.
His Enterprise rental car.
uni-watch.com is where you can get the full skinny from that guy.
Uniwatch.
Yep. It says his headline, which is not at all baity or emotional.
Jeez.
Idiocracy beckons Blues put corporate ad in their anthem color guard. Oh yeah. Actually, go ahead.
His blog tagline is "The Obsessive Study of Athletics Aesthetics."
Great. That's a site I'll probably not visit again. I mean,
Nope.
I'm with him. Just you don't have to be so freaking on fire. Like, talk about it and whether it's a normal thing. Maybe do a little research, find out if other people do it.
Maybe we shouldn't have advertising there. Okay, move on. What's the next thing?
Because you're kind of not wrong. I think it's disrespectful and weird. But then again, I don't know. I don't know much about it. Like maybe there's like a precedence for this. I don't know. I have no idea.
God, his page is so advertiser heavy. Like and not. These are just the advertisers, like the clickbait link things, Google Ads, doubleclick.net stuff, that you start reading something and it jerks around the page to where you can't follow it anymore. Like where's the article that I was just reading? Where's the paragraph? And you've got to scroll either up or down to find it because stuff is moving around so bad.
This might be a good ad for the Brave browser, which I use now exclusively. Let's see what happens.
Oh, yeah, it would be good. Yes.
I'm looking right now.
Then the Uniwatch writer wouldn't make any money because those ads aren't getting shown.
You know what?
Kind of ironic that I'd be complaining about excessive advertising
Even though
on my blog, which is covered with, you guessed it, excessive advertising.
Yeah, this guy's the man. The stuff I'm blocking here is out of control.
I know, like it is.
Oh my gosh.
Like stacks and stacks of skyscraper ads and
23.4 ads are blocked here. 23, and that doesn't include this one's on the side. These are just static. They're just like Uniball caps and uni whatever. These are just images static with links. The actual dynamic ads are in the 20 range and are not being shown to me. Brave.
Ads should not be shown with the color guard. They should only be shown on my blog.
You know what? And I don't even have a problem with ads. I have a problem with obtrusive ads. That's my thing. Like if you're going to pop up and go bling, bling, bling before you read the thing you came here to see, what do you think about this?
Right.
I mean, I get, and now people are going to say, well, when you start a podcast with Patreon requests, isn't that the same? No, it's not.
No. It would be the same if like By the way, Scott, that reminds me about our Patreon. Make sure to go visit our Patreon at patreon.com/morningstream.
If we did that all the time, like if I said,
Yeah.
hey, there's a story about Charmin created toilet paper rolls for millennials. You know what millennials like? They like supporting their favorite podcasters on, like, we're not doing that.
That's right.
We live by the rules, so should they. We
Scott,
live.
this reminds me of that great night's sleep I just had on a Casper mattress.
Everything could be an ad, all of it. I love it. All right.
You know what?
Anyway.
I need Charmin after I have some of those really rich and delicious meals from HelloFresh.
Actually sounds really good right now. Because my wife's gone. I'm already starting to feel the pain of it. She left this morning. Yeah, it's a bummer. As she left, I was on the can. This is pretty funny. I was on the can, and I said,
I'm already liking this story. Yeah.
She goes, Kay, I'm leaving. I said, oh, come here, give me a kiss. And she opens the door and she goes, nope. I said, what do you mean no? You're not going to kiss your husband while he's taking a poop? She goes, nope, I'm good. So she just fist bumped me and she's out of there.
Yeah.
You want to lean in there?
I think I'm with her.
I think I'm with her too.
Tina could be leaving for a week, but if I'm on the can, I'll just say goodbye through the door, and I'm totally okay with that.
Yeah, I'm with her as well. All right, Charmin. Speaking of toilet paper,
yes,
they created a toilet paper roll for millennials that lasts up to 3 months. Now, why these are for millennials, I don't know, but anyway, companies are rethinking how they package food and household goods to accommodate the growing number of Americans who are living alone, particularly as millennials delay marriage and having kids. Among the companies making packaged goods is Procter & Gamble, who created a toilet paper roll designed to appeal to people who live alone and may have limited storage space. This according to the Wall Street Journal. That's a highfalutin source. Nearly three
times more
reliable. Yeah, no kidding. At nearly 3 times the size of a conventional toilet paper roll, the new Charmin Forever Roll, that's what it's called. I get that when I go to sushi. I love the Forever Roll at the sushi place.
The Forever Roll, I know, yeah, but they just keep bringing it out.
Just keeps. Oh, that sounds good too.
This has to be fake.
This
3
is
times
real.
The size of a normal roll.
Yeah.
So where do you put it?
Look at the picture. It'll show you. There's a.
You have to get your own special stand for it.
Yeah, and that's $1,000 from Apple.com. You go get it right now.
That's right.
Here, Chad, I'll show you this image if this browser won't crash. Okay, there we go. All right, so take a look at this. Take a look at this. So it's like that. That's the stand they want you to get. And then down here they show, I think they show a toilet, don't they? Oh, there it is. There's the toilet with the stand next to it with that giant roll. It's a little ridiculous, right? Like that's over the top.
It looks like you've got should have a printing press at the bottom of that is
it's like doing ticker tape for today's stock prices. Tick, 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 tick.
I guess I don't understand why they're saying that this is great for a single person household. I mean, because it says, all right, it'll last up to 3 months in a single person household.
I think they're just saying you don't have to change the roll out and if you have nowhere to store rolls, you can just have this giant roll. Is the idea? I think that's the idea. But
okay, all right.
I mean, I'm with you. It seems dumb. In fact, this just looks like one of those big industrial rolls you get at the mall. Like when you go in the mall and they have the encased thing, it's just a giant roll like this. So I think they're just repurposing like commercial grade toilet paper.
It just looks like a ginormous thing of the roll of paper you put in the cash register to make sure that your receipts keep coming out.
Yeah, exactly. Oh man, so dumb.
I mean, I guess it's just a paper roll, right?
Yeah.
All paper rolls kind of look like all other paper rolls. Okay, never
This
mind.
is just soft and quilty, so it's good for your butthole.
What if you have a really dick friend who comes over and pees on your toilet paper roll to kind of teach you a lesson?
Just ruin the entire roll.
Those 3 months of toilet paper, Mark.
Mark is perfect. Mark's the perfect name for that guy. Oh my Lord, that's funny. Well, yeah, I guess good luck to everybody. That seems dumb.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's get to this next one.
All right. How about this one? Hold on, I skipped ahead. There we go. This is great. An elderly couple accidentally burned their house down during a sex game involving World War II flamethrowers.
Sure.
Yeah. Sure. Firefighters were called to the site around 11:15 this morning. This was yesterday after receiving an unusual call.
I'm coming in hot.
It was a 45-year-old house, first of all. They say it's a total loss. Here's what happened. Operator answered a call at 911 from a 96-year-old Maurice Fogarty. Says she first thought she was dealing with a prankster when he told her he had torched the house with napalm while having sex with his wife. He told me he was penetrating his wife with his M1 as unusual.
Oh, jeez.
But got too excited and activated the flamethrower. Mrs. Brown said the explanation shocked her for a moment. Took her almost a minute to realize that this was all true, and they had to go take care of it. He kept repeating that everything was burning and could hear his wife screaming behind him, but I still couldn't believe it was real. 911 operator Nancy Brown says there was this first time in her 9 years at the job she has confused a real incident with a prank. Mr. Fogarty and his wife were transported to a hospital to be treated for psychological shock caused by the event, but are otherwise uninjured. Oh, I don't know.
I had to come look at this site and just make sure that.
Yeah, I looked really carefully too. Did we get this one wrong?
Very bottom stripe. World News Daily Report assumes all responsibility for the satirical nature of its articles and for the fictional nature of their content.
I missed it again. Oh, right here at the very strip at the bottom.
Better. Yeah, that big black stripe at the bottom that says fake. I actually feel better knowing that this isn't real than there's a guy penetrating his wife with a World War II flamethrower.
I mean, me too.
Scott gets show title. Scott gets burned by a World War II.
Yeah.
flamethrower.
I looked at this one. I was very careful. I hate these sites that aren't clearly satire. I hate them. Yeah. Let's see. Like there's some dumb ones in here.
Somebody post this like in the TMS Discord saying, recommended news stories.
I think I did get this one from that, or either that or our Reddit page. I can't remember. So way to go, guys. Way to go.
So this ultimately is on Scott, but it's also on you.
Yeah. I'll take full responsibility at this point. All right. What else? We got this deal here about, a school bus driver blamed a bad donut for DWI. What? You got a DWI?
I'm curious if this is like he's doing circles in the snowy parking lot, or if he just ate a bad cruller.
Could be one or the other. Says school bus driver, it's actually a lady. School bus driver accused of being intoxicated while driving with children aboard her bus. Blamed the ordeal on an upset stomach. Linda Sue Godjohn. Okay.
Go to John.
55. She's from Cleveland. Was charged with driving while intoxicated after authorities said she miserably failed a field sobriety test when she was pulled over Thursday afternoon near Hirschfeld and Adeline Westfield roads in Spring. That only will mean things to people in Cleveland. Bus driver with students on board failed sobriety test. Oh, that's a headline. Godjohn posted a $100 bond and was released from the Harris County Jail on Friday morning. Only $100? Seems cheap.
Wow.
Doesn't that seem cheap? Seems cheap.
It does seem cheap for a DWI. Did you get a DWI?
It's impossible not to hear that in my head when we say it.
There's no way.
Let's see. We discovered that one of the children on the bus was under the age of 14, which triggers a higher charge of felony charge for DWI. Witnesses say they called 911 after they noticed the bus was swerving, and the whole thing bottoms out to this. She claims that she had a bad donut, and it made her drive bad. Not the intoxication.
Bad donut.
Yeah.
It just feels like the punchline after you see this car veering and skidding all over the road. The guy comes out, bad donut.
Yeah, basically that. She's in trouble now, though, and shouldn't do that. Don't drink and drive kids, is what I always say.
Oh, Captain Kipper coming out with Drunken Donut. Well done, sir.
Oh, very nice. Well done. Drunken
That's a
Donuts.
nice one. Yes.
Drunken Donuts. I'd go there. No, I wouldn't.
You would not go there.
No, I would not go there. I'm sure you can get like a rum-soaked donut or something. Isn't that a thing? It's probably a thing.
That would be kind of soggy and gross, but I'll bet you can get one that's made with alcohol. Probably at Voodoo Donuts or something. I don't know.
Yeah, those hipsters will give you
I'm sure there's CBD donuts at Voodoo Donuts.
Oh, guaranteed, right? Have to.
Yeah.
Because they're missing out on a huge market if they don't.
Right.
We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we're having jury duty first because he's got a thing today, and we want to squeeze him in. Hopefully my internet stuff is I'm getting red on our call, but I don't know why. You're still hearing me, right? Everything's good?
Sure, you're fine. Yeah, and your video hasn't frozen, and all good in the hood, Scott.
I don't know what's going on. Anyway, we'll get him in here. We'll find out about the Italian job he just did, and we're going to make some things with Bill after that. So those two are swapping today. Before all that, though, a musical break with Brian Ibbett.
Yeah, so 4 guys got together in Minneapolis with the agreement that basically this was just a project. This was just going to be a one-time thing. We were going to get together, we're going to record an album, and then we're done. That happened way back in 2013. But something strange happened, Scott. These guys found that they enjoyed performing and recording together, and so they've continued to be a band ever since. The band is called the April Fools. This is their, I presume, 3rd album because it's called Third. They're all over the place as far as genre styles and stuff. Really good all over the place, I should say. Rock, country influences, alt country, Americana, blue-eyed soul, Britpop, folk. A lot of influences for them in that range as well. The brand new album is called Third. It's just came out. Here are the April Fools and a song called Shaky Ground.
We'll be right back.
How does a man like you go out, Shannon? With a Betty Bye prayer you remember as a kid? I pause because it interests me what people tell themselves when they're going to die.
Well, thank you. Gee, I'm glad you like the outfit. It's quite a showstopper, isn't it?
The Morning Stream. Death rains from above.
And we're back, everybody. Welcome back to the program.
We're back.
Justin Robert Young heading in. Hopefully,
good.
hopefully this all holds with 3 of us. I'm starting to
So,
wonder if it is my internet. I don't know. I can't tell.
Tammy in the chat room does not like me being behind Mark Lyman in the MS-150 fundraising, so she just put me over the top.
Fantastic. That's what we wanted.
Take that, Mark Lyman.
Check this out.
These are their stories.
Oh, I'm terrible with names.
Fresh from his Italian job all the way in Italy, it's Mark Wahlberg. No, it's Justin Robert Young, everybody, joining us after a 2-week hiatus. Welcome back, Justin.
Woo.
I'll tell you what, man, if getting drunk before 3 o'clock in the afternoon is a job, then yeah, I certainly held it down for a fortnight.
That's awesome. I enjoyed seeing posts and things from your trip. It seemed like you were having a great time over there. Best I could tell.
It was. I actually, it was a very funny moment on the streets of Rome when I realized all of a sudden I got my little alert that it was time for my TMS spot. And in Rome time, it's a very relaxing 6 p.m. In the afternoon, and we were having a lovely day walking around, and I'm like, oh, you want to know what? I have like LTE. Wouldn't it be funny if I called in to the show? I did my spot on the show, and so I realized this, and I text Scott. But I know, like immediately, I hit send, and I tell Ashley, all right, this is gonna happen one of 2 ways. Either I'm not gonna get any response, and I'm just gonna get a call on Discord.
Yeah.
Or in about 20 minutes, I'm gonna get the following text messages in order. Shit. Just saw this.
I did. I don't pay attention to text while I'm recording. I've got too much production to do.
I know you. This is just to say that I always know that it's happenstance if you look down at the phone. So it is always a coin flip.
Yeah.
But
I was
I'm
sad
glad
I missed it. I was
Very
sad.
glad
I was sad I missed it because it would have been fun to sort of hear you on the road. And then we thought, well, hey, we'll try it next week while you're in Sicily. And they had shit internet wherever you were. It was bad.
No, I was like in the country. Literally, the internet that we had was like, if you're in one place in the house, you could get 1 bar of 3G.
Wow.
And so they had a hotspot that would capture that 1 bar of 3G when the wind was blowing correctly, and then spray it out all over the house via Wi-Fi. It was every once in a while you were able to really rock and roll with it, and we just caught the dark side of it.
Yeah. Welcome to Sicily. where we have great shitternet. I mean internet. Sorry, I meant shitternet. I mean internet.
I was actually shocked. Most of Sicily was mostly LTE. It was just, it was like any kind of rural area. Some spots just don't get.
You were in a pocket, sure. No, I get.
I was
that.
in a pocket.
Yeah,
a pocket.
pocket.
Sorry, San Cataldo, not exactly wired for sound.
No, you don't sound at all jet lagged either, which is impressive. I don't know why that is.
How long have you been back? How many days?
Friday. Got back Friday. Woke up in Palermo on the Mediterranean, flew over the Atlantic, and walked down to the Pacific. It was a 3-ocean kind of day for your boy Gerbs.
Wow, that's fantastic.
Oh,
so
sounds awesome.
So you didn't get to. I guess it wouldn't have mattered. It wasn't. You weren't in the UK, but Trumpy's visit over there doesn't affect flights and things. Like you didn't get all jacked up because of, I don't know, weird.
No, really. I mean, the thing that would have affected us was the fact that Mount Etna in Sicily exploded.
Whoa!
Oh, really?
Literally the day that we were leaving. We were already past Switzerland, which is where our stopover was. But yeah, no, nothing. To do with the Trump thing.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Are really the Trump thing. Haven't we kind of been down all these roads?
Yeah, we're repeating some of it. Some of it's
Are we
repeated.
kind of like in reruns where it's like, like the mayor of London. The mayor of London says something mean, and then he says something mean back, and it's like, all right, cool. Look, I get
Greatest
it.
hits. Yeah.
I mean, look. This is probably the people who are really jacked up about this are probably the same people who like The Walking Dead. Like, it's the same thing every week, but for whatever reason, people just really dig it.
That's a nice deep cut to the Walking Dead fans. I like that. That's good. And you're not wrong, by the way. I kind of totally agree with you on that.
I think even people who love the show are like, look, I don't know. Is there going to be we need to find an air conditioning duct. Whatever you do, says a character just introduced, don't go down to the old hardware store. And then somebody goes, I swear to God, I've been going to hardware stores my entire life. These walkers ain't gonna stop me. And then they both get eaten and they run around and somebody gets caught in the bathroom and then it's a cliffhanger.
Yeah, you're right.
It's
You're not
almost
wrong.
like you're writing the show.
Yeah. I mean, I really, when did they need to get out and be done, don't they? Aren't we done?
Why? They're printing money. Everybody loves it.
Is
People
it?
love
But are their ratings, where are they at now? I don't think they're doing
I mean,
as well.
certainly good. Have you seen what else they run on AMC? It's The Godfather 2. That's it.
Yeah, they don't have a lot of other originals at the moment that are like jumping out at me. It's like they were, for a while they were like, ooh, Mad Men, Hell on
Preacher,
Wheels, Preacher.
and
yeah.
What's that one that was the kind of like almost like a Jet Li martial arts swords
Into the Badlands.
Oh, Into the Badlands, which I think Netflix.
Well, I think that was the thing is that they had Mad Men, and then they were like, "Oh, we're HBO," and then they tried a few more kind of highbrow shows, and they're like, "All right, we are not HBO."
Well, I mean, they had Breaking Bad. Let's not forget that was a big deal.
Yeah.
And that.
So yeah, they had Mad Men, they had Breaking Bad, and then Walking Dead came along and did gangbuster ratings beyond both of them.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh no, more of this, please. Can we just go on Amazon and order their entire stock of monster masks?"
Yeah, it's kind of. I think they maybe. I don't want to disparage their effects crew too hard. I think they do a pretty good job.
No, I don't mean no. Look, it's some of the best, right? It's like Greg Nicotero and everything, who's amazing in terms of monster effects. I don't mean to disparage that. Just that, like, no, let's do one with a Dracula and a mummy, whatever. Like now they're all coming at him.
Yeah, this is all true. I just don't know how they gracefully get out of that show because they've gone too long. Some of the cast seems to even know this when freaking Rick isn't in your show anymore. Like, what are you even doing? Like,
and what the hell is he gonna? What is he gonna go back to playing Hamlet in Cardiff? Like, what is he doing?
I don't know.
Not like he was doing big movies before. Like,
he's waiting for that. He's waiting for that. Long promised Love Actually sequel where maybe he finally gets Keira Knightley. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, like, what is he doing otherwise? Like, he's literally like, it was 3 months out of the year in Atlanta. Was it? What is it so hard for you, sir?
Yeah, let me look it up. Actually, it says Andrew Lincoln is currently working on, because we haven't seen him do anything else. It's all been Walking Dead, and that's it.
Right.
And he's finally got the American accent down without sounding ridiculous. And let's see.
Carl.
Yeah. Nothing.
Carl, get back in the house, Carl.
Oh, I'm sorry. There's a Walking Dead movie that's been announced, and he will be in that. But there's nothing else. Like, he did an episode of Robot Chicken, And he's been on Colbert a couple times. But he's all he's done is that. And I feel a little bad because the guy's cool. He's all right. He could do other stuff. He doesn't have to just do this.
No, I mean, I don't know. He was fine.
Yeah.
He was all right.
He's got that big burly gray beard and everything now.
Yeah.
And, you know, take that places. Do some stuff with it.
Don't go to the hardware store.
Yeah.
What's with British people? They always growl American accents. Ever since Christian Bale.
Well, I could, that's how I do my Australian is, I'm not going to go out in the forest where you got all those poisonous jackrabbits.
I mean, but nobody growls a French accent.
No. They kind of do.
Oui, poo-poo. My name is Gerard Depardieu. I'm going to pee all over you. No, I guess that's back in Australian.
Yeah,
Wow.
yours always turns Australian. My Irish turns pirate. There's just no way of getting around it. But
Did Gerard Depardieu pee on people?
yeah, in
He
an
peed
airplane.
On an airplane. He walked up and down the aisle because they wouldn't let him go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Oh,
So he walked up and down the aisle of the plane peeing.
Yeah. He just peed all
he,
over.
he just peed indiscriminate. It wasn't like an R. Kelly situation.
No.
No.
By the way, remember when that was the thing that R. Kelly was bad for? Like, remember when that was the bad thing?
Yeah. That he was just into
Man, you think he like longs for those days? And it was, man. Remember when people
the
just
quaint-
thought I was a guy who peed on people
Yeah.
and not a serial molester?
Yeah.
Peeing on teenagers. Oh, the quaint, heady days of R. Kelly.
Yeah. Those were the days.
Oh yeah, how young we were.
We were. We are or something. Well, all right. Did you? While you were gone, I felt like there was nothing that really happened that was so huge that we were like, oh, when Jury gets back, we better get an answer on this. We better do this. So I say to you, sir, what's on your mind? What do you want to say for the next 5 minutes that will change our lives?
Oh man, I don't know. I mean, I got some fun Italy things.
Yeah.
Tell it.
Fun Italy.
Yeah.
Tell it.
You ready for an Italy take?
Yep.
Totally, yes.
I'm never, ever going to listen to anybody who tells me that we should abolish tipping anymore.
You should abolish what?
Tipping.
Oh,
I thought you
it's
said
a controversial thing. People are like, we got to get rid of tipping. Look at all this bad thing that happened about tipping. A problematic origin for tipping. Oh, sexist, racist tipping, right?
Yeah.
Never going to hear that.
This is a throwback to we did an Unfriend Me about this.
We did.
So
And I defended tipping then, and I have now done field research, and I have come back with a ironclad conclusion
yeah.
that tipping culture is necessary
Okay.
to maintain a certain standard that we have come accustomed to here in America. And
So-
I'm going to give you one example.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say what happened in Italy that really forged this into steel.
So we're in Sicily. We're in Siracusa, right?
Sure.
This is a south eastern city on the island. Very famous, very old. We're staying at a nice little resort. Everything else we kind of did. We stayed at the Vatican, which is another
Whoa,
funny thing
what?
to say.
What, they
Yeah.
have like, is there like a Holiday Inn Express at the Vatican or something?
Oh,
How
we
do
had
you
it
stay
hooked
at the
up.
Vatican?
We had a man on the inside hooked us up with a.
Yes, he works there now.
yeah,
Padre works there.
Padre SJ, the economy man himself.
Yeah.
So that was fun. Found the bar at the Vatican. I drank a liter of beer by accident.
By accident.
Well, because they said, I said I want a Peroni. He's like, okay, a small, medium, or large. And I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm on vacation. I'm having a nice little bowl of pasta. Give me the large. He's like, that's a liter. And I'm like, I don't know what the hell you just said, my dude. Like, just give me the large. And I saw the largest, a comically large stein of beer come my way. And I'm like, well, when in Rome.
Yeah,
that's technically
it's
Vatican.
literally
You can't
when in
spell
Rome.
lit without liter.
That's right. Did you see the Pope at all or no?
No Pope sightings, although I did see where the Pope's house is. St. Peter's Basilica, I guess is his office. He stays in some other place. But yeah, so anyway, that was fine. Then Syracuse, right? So we're going we're at this nice little resort, right? We splurge a little bit so we can stay at a nice place for a couple days that has some of the creature comforts that some of our other Airbnbs and stuff like that didn't have.
Right.
And one of those is the lobby bar. Do I love a lobby bar? Being a professional traveler, it's just a comforting thing. At the end of the night, you go and you do some stuff. Maybe the wife's a little tired. She goes over there. I can sidle into the lobby bar, play a little Hearthstone, just center myself.
Sure.
Walk up to this lobby bar. It is 9 p.m. on a Saturday night. This is prime time.
9 p.m. on a Saturday. Okay, keep going.
Prime time for a lobby bar. Nobody there.
Whoa.
Literally nobody. There is and I got to go walk up to the front desk, and I'm like, "Hey, is the bar closed?" And they're like, "Oh no, we'll call somebody." Because you want to know what? When everyone's just making the same amount of money, then why wouldn't you just hang out in the back room until somebody calls you?
Interesting.
The bartender wasn't even sitting there. Okay.
Yeah, and then you piss off. Back to the thing. There's no reason to keep people there. There's no reason to be there. That's it. Case closed. I win. Tipping rules, and it makes sure that a bartender. I swear, go to any hotel bar in America at 9 p.m. on a Saturday, and there will be a dutiful sentry on guard to get you what you want, be it Mott Sticks, a Jack and Coke, or something more fancy. You are going to get service there. You ain't gonna need to go down to the front desk and embarrassingly beg for the fact that you want a bottle of wine.
That's super interesting because that's a very I don't know. I guess I kind of always knew this intrinsically, but that motivating factor of here I am, Johnny, on the spot because I want your tips is a bigger deal than I had thought. Like, I don't know. That's very interesting. I think I'm with you. I think that makes perfect sense. And is the whole country like this? There's no tipping everywhere that you went?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know. We threw some money around because it just, we like to reward. Apparently, it's not like insulting as I think it is in some other places in Europe.
In Japan, it's insulting to tip.
Like, get it out of here! What are you, my master now? Like, it's not like that. It's more like, hey, look, if they did a good job, then they'll be happy to have the extra cash.
Yeah, well, that's good. I'm glad you came away with a broadened understanding that your idea was the best idea. That's what you want when you go.
Well, look, I mean, I did the math. I traveled across the country to prove this point. What did everybody else do? Sit in their chair, high and mighty, trying to big dog me.
No, you lived the life. You lived the life for sure. Well, all right. I know you've got another thing coming up, so I'm going to give you plenty of time for that. But it's great to have you back. I'm sure it feels pretty good to be back on U.S. soil. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe you'd rather go back to Italy. I wouldn't mind. It sounds like a very nice time was had. But
it was great. It was amazing. Rome, obviously very historic. Sicily was really the highlight. Just an amazing. I swear to God, man, Sicily looks like Hyrule. I'm just saying.
Wow.
You're driving through. It is just one of those landscapes where it's mountainous and rolling hills, but everything looks like a Hyrule map. And it just looks scalable and climbable, and there's cities in the right proportions from each other. It was just an amazing experience.
If you do bombs grow in plants, and can you cut the leaves and find a rupee? Is that part of the experience?
No, but you can run up into somebody's house and start smashing all their pots.
Oh, good.
That's the real thing.
For a guy who says he only plays Hearthstone and not video games, I'm impressed with your broad knowledge of Zelda. Well done.
Well, I mean, come on. I'm not Amish.
He's touched an Nintendo. He's touched an NES before.
Yeah. You never have to be mad. You never have to be worried if the Amish are offended by anything we say because they don't have technology to get the show, so they have no idea.
Yeah, because then why are you listening?
Yeah, exactly.
Smart Alec.
It's Justin R. Young, everybody, on Twitter and also other places. What's going on this week that people should check out on your triumphant week home?
Well, you can go ahead and hear a lot more Italy stories if you listen to Jury Daily. So go ahead and follow that. And I want to give a big shout out to Tom Merritt, who took over Politics for the last 2 weeks, and to my brother and my sister-in-law who took over Jury Daily. They did such a great job. So thank you to them, and go ahead and check out everything else.
I will second that notion. Tom, especially in Tom's case, which I heard he did great. I thought he was awesome as your replacement. In fact, who needs you now? Just kidding. Hey, we'll see you next Tuesday. Bye. All right. He was getting echoey anyway.
Awesome. He was. Okay, you were hearing that too. Good.
Yeah, it's on his
I never
end.
know.
It's his monitor speakers that he uses. They get out of sync, and it just happens. It's happening, and that doesn't matter what we use. It happens with everything we've ever used with him. So it's just like, we'll just hear ourselves for a second. It's fine. No big deal.
Yeah, no, it goes away quick enough.
Bill. Yeah, Bill. Yeah, Bill. Bill's who's next. That's
Okay.
right. That's right. We're getting Bill in
I
here.
forgot to bring. I should have brought up.
Oh yeah, where's your recent hoo-ha there? That'd be cool to see.
Well, I've got the Thanos thing, but I also did the Mondashan from Fifth Element. I just got my Rub and Buff colors in the mail that I'm gonna be using on that
All
one.
right. Well, we'll get to that in a second after this.
But Bill just isn't thinking about danger.
It's Bill Duran, all the way from Seattle, Washington, or parts thereof. Hello, Bill.
Hello. I was also across the pond last week.
Oh, right. You were in Scotland or something.
I was in Scotland.
Yeah.
If you're wondering, they still have plenty of scotch left, but I did my very best to bring as much back home with me as possible.
Will they let you? I guess you can. Can you do that like on a plane? How do you
Duty
go?
free.
Okay.
Yeah. I didn't buy a lot. Most of it came back in my belly.
Oh, that's very nice.
I mean bottles. I wasn't smuggling a bunch of bottles.
Yeah.
In the.
You came home, got it to Seattle, horked it all back up in the bottles, and resold it on the street. Yep.
Oh yeah. If you can age it in an oak barrel, that's great. But if you can age it in your belly for a little while,
it's a Bill barrel. If you can do it in there, you're in good shape. Well, that's great. What were you headed there for? What was that all about?
Just a vacation, get away from the shop for a while, hang out with some friends, and tour a lot of Scotch distilleries on Islay, which is a tiny little island known for making Scotch.
How did you enjoy being surrounded by the greatest accent in the world constantly?
It was great. The whole time was really fantastic. Actually, we flew back on Aer Lingus, which is the Irish airline.
Never liked the name of that plane.
It's a great name. Aer Lingus.
Okay.
And they had the most amazing Irish accents the whole way home. Every time the captain would come on the speaker, I'd pause my movie. I'm like, hold on, Aquaman, you can wait.
You can wait,
Aer Lingus,
Aquaman.
where everybody's a member of the Mile High Club.
Yeah, no kidding. So, well, that's cool. Yeah, I love that. I mean, I can just listen to Scottish people be mad or say anything they want. They could read the phone book. I'd sit there and just listen intently. So that's good. Well, I'm glad it was a vacation. You deserve one. That's nice. The rest, everyone else goes to Yellowstone. You guys go to freaking Scotland. Nice work if you can get it. Well, Bill, so with you being gone and stuff, I'm sure there was no way you had any time to build anything. Oh, who am I kidding? Bill makes everything all the time. What'd you make today?
We did take a week off from publishing videos, but I did do something. We did have a video go up yesterday. So 6 years ago, I made an Elder Scroll from Skyrim, the Elder Scroll, and it was a commission. Someone paid me to make it. I made it. I molded it. I cast it. I painted it, and I sold it to them. And then I never got one.
Oh,
because that's my life.
Wow.
However, at some point between then and now, I did cast a copy from my molds. I have no memory of doing that. Who cares? I decided it was time to finally finish one up for myself, and I wanted to do something kind of special. So I tried using gold leaf.
Ooh.
Gilding.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have very strong memories of gold leaf from my youth because my mom was really into anything that had gold leaf work on it. She was super into it. Yeah.
So on the surface, it seems fairly simple. You basically brush some sort of glue down on your prop or a piece of artwork, 2-dimensional, 3-dimensional, doesn't matter. You put this glue down, you let it dry for about 5 minutes, then you mash your gold leaf on there, and it'll just stick to wherever the adhesive is. So you can either draw a pattern in your glue, or you can cover something completely in the glue, which is what I did. The foil is crazy thin. Probably not real gold. It was only about $10 for the gold leaf. But it's this crazy thin metal that's been made to look like gold.
It's a little unwieldy, right? Like a little crazy to work with.
Yeah. If you exhale, it'll float away. And I'm not kidding. Like that happened to me. I would finish a little piece and be holding my breath and just go like, and it would float away. It's afraid to breathe.
If you inhale, you can eat some.
Sure. Yeah. You totally.
Well, I've had cupcakes that had gold leaf on them, but probably an edible version of gold leaf.
Yes. I don't know if I inhaled any of this or not. I tried not to. But if I did, I didn't notice. So anyway, it's a fairly simple idea, but in reality, to get that flat 2-dimensional shape to wrap around a three-dimensional object with complex curves, it was quite a bit more challenging than I thought. Also, super time-consuming. So I ended up working in small patches. I put a little bit of glue on an area, let that dry, and then gold leaf that area, and then overlap that with another patch, and just kind of work my way all around the surface. And overall, even though it was a pain in the butt, and even though it took a really long time, it looks really cool.
Does it look like
super,
solid,
super
like
cool.
solid gold looking?
Yeah.
Would you say? Yeah.
It does. And you don't see any like overlap, like any places where you've got one piece of gold leaf overlapping another one. At least I can't see it. I'm looking up close
Yeah.
at the photos here.
So when you press you put the piece down on the glue, and then you use another like a brush to sort of press it down into the surface, and it does leave this kind of foil texture on there, but it looks really, really neat. And it also helps disguise anywhere where you've overlapped one piece over the other, because you're not going to take one piece of foil and just wrap it around the whole thing.
Right.
It is thinner and more what would you say, fragile than like a tissue paper.
Yeah.
It rips. If you look at it wrong, it rips.
Yeah.
And then there's a little crack in between your pieces of foil that's showing the plastic beneath it, and you got to go and lay another piece of foil over that little crack over and over and over again.
Yeah, I'm watching this shot of you patting it down with the finger, and that alone brings up a whole chunk you thought was down. And
Yeah. So I would say if you can get
Along
started
the
with
way.
this pretty cheap. The foil, I got the stuff at like Michael's or Joann's. The foil was $10. The glue was like $5, something like that. So it's pretty cheap and quick to get into it. I would recommend, if you're gonna do this for the first time, maybe do something not quite as complicated as an Elder Scroll. Maybe like the chalice from the end of the Last Crusade, Indiana Jones' The Last Crusade. The cup that he picks looks like it's an earthenware cup, but the inside is gold, and I'm pretty sure that was gold leafed. That would be a much easier project to start and learn on.
If you do that one, then you've chosen wisely.
yeah, you've chosen
Absolutely.
wisely. Yeah,
absolutely. I did not choose wisely.
Especially because you had to do 2 of these ends of the scrolls. Like,
Yeah,
that's-
we ended up doing 3 of them. We kind of goofed up. Brittany helped a whole bunch. It took a while.
wow, they look really nice though, man.
Yeah,
That's
they really
amazing
do.
effect that stuff has. Now, once the leaf's on, do you seal it with something, or to keep it from flaking, or what do you do?
Yeah, so I sealed it with a gloss varnish, so it still has that shine. And then I did not let it dry nearly long enough before I started weathering it, because I was in a hurry before our trip to Scotland.
Yeah.
So I would say seal it with a couple layers of that gloss varnish, and then give it a day or 2 to really dry and set up before you do anything else with it. There are a lot of other ways to finish or seal the gold leaf, but that's the one I went with.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I'm impressed. I don't think I'd have the patience for the gold leaf part, though. It seems like a huge pain in the ass.
Oh yeah.
I mean, obviously worth it, because what you got here is beautiful in the end. But you know how much money you could sell this for? You could sell that for a lot of money, dude.
Oh yeah.
Don't tempt me, Scott, because it took me 6 years to get this one. Okay.
Yeah, well-
if I sell it, then it'll be another 6 years before I get one.
It's a good point. Like I would not be very motivated to turn right around and make another one. But look, I'm just saying, if things get weird and you're like, oh, I'm getting sued by a hooker I forgot about, you can just sell one of these and you'll be fine.
I will sell my car before I sell this Elder Scroll.
Yeah.
Fall on hard times.
Oh, and this aging you're putting on it, this is so cool. I'm
It's
jealous
fun,
of
yeah.
this.
The gems. So I talked about it before you came on, but this is did I show you this before? This is the
I saw the pictures on Twitter.
Let's see.
Thanos with rub and buff. Yeah.
Yeah.
The rub and buff Thanos.
Yep.
Hey, that looks like metal now.
It does, yeah. It's 3D printed, spray painted black,
Yeah.
and then the rub and buff pewter on here. And then I've got a Mondashan that I still need to do, but I just got the gold rub and buff, so I think that's going to look amazing.
It's like that old
That's
song.
awesome.
You've had your
If not-
3D print and then you paint it black, right?
That's exactly right, yes.
That was terrible.
Yes.
I apologize to everyone for hearing that. All right. This is awesome. Guys, go check it out. punishprops.com, of course. We'll link you to it. It's also on the Punish Props Academy site or YouTube channel. And it's utterly amazing, and I'm jealous, and I want it, and it'll never happen. All right, Bill, you always leave us with a little bonus something or other. What do you got this week?
All right, a video from our friends over at Tested, whom I was hanging out with a couple weeks ago at Bay Area Maker Fair. Sean, one of my buddies there, did a video on threading screws, taps and dies, everything you need to know about screw threads. And it's super comprehensive, really, really helpful. If you want to learn more about mechanical fasteners like that, it's super, super worth it. And Sean did a great job.
Cool. You guys can check that out on the Tested site. I've noticed he's wearing a t-shirt that says Dragon of the Black Pool. What's that?
I don't know.
It seems like a D&D thing. I need to learn more about that. That's cool. Anyway, nice. Oh, he's got
talking about the M4. Yeah, like metric versus standard screws.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, the good way versus the stupid way we do it in America for some reason.
I know. I hate
That's
that we.
That's a number 10 screw. What does that mean? It's the number 10. How what's the diameter?
Arbitrary number. Yeah.
What's an M4? It's 4 millimeters wide. How about an M5? 5 millimeters wide. Wow, that seems like a pretty good way to do it.
What's wrong
I'm
with
paraphrasing Sean right now.
No, it's true. We're dumb. we should be metric all the time. I use metric every day for stuff. So do you. We should just be using it. It's not a big deal, everybody. It's all in tens. It's easy. It's made for dumb people. And we're so weird about not doing it. Anyway, whatever. This is neither the time nor place. But I'll tell you what is a great place. It's punishprops.com. And, of course, Chinbeard on Twitter if you want to follow Bill. Bill, have a fantastic week.
All right.
It's good to have you home on U.S. soil. We'll see you
Billy.
later. Billy!
Billy.
All right. I think I have a phone call to play. Do you want to hear it?
Yes. Right. What am I going to say? No, I don't want to hear it, Scott. Of course I want to hear it.
I think you would definitely say you want to hear it. That's just the kind of guy you are. So here's one about Batman. So here you go.
Hi, Scott and Brian. This is Thomas from Missouri. And on yesterday's TMS, you guys were talking about Robert Pattinson becoming the new Batman. And Steven just happened to mention, or I think actually you, Scott, mentioned as a kind of a joke that Taylor Lautner shouldn't be in the movie as a Joker. And then you guys just kind of discussed what other character he could play. And actually, I think Taylor Lautner would make a great Mario Falcone, the son of Carmine Falcone, the mob boss that he played on Gotham and other versions of the Batman series.
That's not a bad idea. In fact, that's a great idea.
No. Yeah. If you had to go full Twilight, and you had to find a role for Taylor Lautner, then that would be a good role for
You're making a good point. Like, you'd have to really lean into the idea that we want that reference, that somehow it's fan service to bring Twilight people back together, but you know, why stop there? Why not have Dead Stare play
Kristen Stewart?
I always call her Dead Stare.
Poison Ivy, probably.
Sure, Poison Ivy, Dead Stare, or what's her name? What's her name again? Kristen Stewart. I always forget her freaking
Kristen
name.
Stewart. Yeah, I just said it.
I know you did. I forgot it already. It was like that. You literally said her
now
name.
I've forgotten it again. It's that unmemorable.
You literally said her name, and 2 seconds later, totally forgot the name you said. Anyway, thanks for the call. Hey, you guys want to know at home how to do that? It's simple. Call 801-471-0462. Leave us a voicemail. We'll play it on the show. We love your thoughts, your feelings, and your ideas. So keep those coming. It's going to do it for the show.
Every single one of them.
Big thanks to everybody. Patreon.com/TMS is where you can thank us. If you'd like to support the show, that's where you go. Patreon.com/TMS. It's a brand new month. A chance to throw in your support, get some rad results and rewards. That's over there at Patreon.com/TMS. I mean, no matter what, you get the show, but the extras are cool too.
Yeah. Because you want tea, you want coffee, you want goodies, stickers, prints, things like that.
Yeah, all those things.
Bonus audio, all that stuff. You
get a print and a card, a collectible card you get nowhere else. They don't exist anywhere else.
Right.
So get in there, get it going. Patreon.com/TMS. For everything else, there's frogpants.com/TMS. Brian, play a song and we'll go.
Will do. This one is not tied to a request, unless you count me as requesting it. I request this song. A couple days ago, last week, Thursday, I believe. No, May 31st. Would have been Friday, I think. Yes. We lost singer Roky Erickson, and he was a member of the 13th Floor Elevators. He was a Dallas, Texas performer. Not, very well known in Texas and in alternative circles, maybe not as well known in like pop circles or alternative or things like that. But you might know one particular song that he did, especially because it got covered by the band Ghost. I love the band Ghost. Ever since Hammond and I did Ghost for Soundography, we I've been totally continuing to listen to Ghost. This is the song "If You Have Ghost," which is kind of the one they were meant to cover, right? The band Ghost was meant to cover this.
Sure.
Roky Erickson did it originally. Here is the band Ghost covering "If You Have Ghost."
We'll see you guys tomorrow for a Wednesday edition of the show. Come on now back. Come on now back. Come on back
Come
now.
on now back.
Come on now back. You hear?
Come on here back now.
Terrible. This show is part of the Frog Pants Network.
Frog Pants Network.
Get more shows like this at frogpants.com.
Wear it until you love it!
Jeez.
Oh.
Easy, DiCaprio.
Scream acting with